might have seen cargo ships and navy ships, but behind us is a one-of-a-kind ship. Actually, there's only two ships of this kind. One is called as the USS Frank Cable, which is actually a submarine tender ship. These two ships, this is Frank Cable and another ship, are completely dedicated by the United States of America Navy just to tender to submarine. This means repair work, helping the sailors with any kind of essentials they require, and also weapon supply. For this alone, this USS Frank Cable has been dedicated, and that's why it is called as a submarine tender ship. And this is at Chennai Port as we speak. It's over here. Let's just go inside to find out what exactly happens inside a submarine tender ship. So we're inside USS Frank Cable, and this is the part where the ship's being operated. You could see what's happening over here, the sailors and such. This is a ship that actually helps kind of support and repairs for US submarines. My name's Pramod Madhavam from India today. So the basic role of USS Frank Cable, what kind of repairs and work does a submarine need that Frank Cable will provide?
We'll show that to you here in a little bit when we get down to the repair shop, and you'll see everything that we're able to do. We do it on a daily basis when we're in port, and you'll be able to see that everything from being able to repair a pump electrically or mechanically to bending a pipe or making a woodwork for the ship. We're able to repair most things. Our ship is a hybrid ship in that we have civilian mariners along with U.S. Navy. We have about 150 civilian mariners and about 370 U.S. Navy sailors.
What does this ship exactly do?
So our job is to repair, rearm, and resupply submarines. Again, in their home port or in ports. We do not do that at sea. It will be at anchor or in port away from their home port.
Let's go and see what other parts are here. We're inside the ship's infirmary, and you can see the various parts, the way any kind of patient who needs any kind of medical treatment, they will be provided over here. So this is a bay, the medical bay, and you have all the treatments and everything. And as we speak, he's explaining to us what kind of treatment is given here for any kind of peer person or a sailor who is in need of medical assistance. Remember, at sea, if you are in a position that you need medical assistance, it will be extremely difficult, and that is why such treatments are being provided over here. We are walking towards different parts of the ship of USS Frank Cable just to show what kind of treatment is provided. This is especially the medical bay. So this is the part where the dental treatment is being done. We've been told that this is a kind of a high-end treatment that is being provided to the sailors, and not just the sailors, even those who need any treatment from the submarine, they are being provided over here. And interestingly, one of the doctors here claimed that there is actually a 3D printer through which they can also go ahead and even replace a crown if required for the sailors in USS Frank Cable. So we're going to show you the mess part of the ship over there, where the food is being prepared for the sailors at this end. Just a small tweak as to what's happening inside. That is a place where the food is being prepared, as you see over there, cooks preparing food for the sailors.
Pieces of mail a week, depending, especially on the holiday season. And so our sailors can ship whatever they need or order from Amazon, what have you, and it'll come here.
Millard, I'm the weapons officer on board Frank Cable here. And so some of the capabilities that we provide to submarines and the fleet are weapons reload, we'll do weight test, and additionally we'll do small arms and security training for the crews and the folks that come alongside. So I'll kind of step out of the way a little bit so y'all can see the slideshow we have of our capabilities, right? So this tender, we're certified in weapons handling, so Mark 48 ADCAP torpedoes, advanced capability torpedoes. It's my department right there. Super Mario, I like it. That's us loading over the side, right? So we'll use the 5-ton cranes up on the crane deck, and we will load torpedoes, whether on board the ship or to a submarine or surface ship, right? So we can carry Tomahawk cruise missiles on board, so surface and submarine launched ones, and we provide that capability to the fleet when they need to be reloaded. Let's see, we'll slide past these pictures. Right, this is a picture of some of our security training. So We put them through intense training, and then they do a practical application of that training where they go out and then they'll shoot weapons, 9mm service pistols, and then do baton training. Some of us handling weapons, and then here's some of the security force training again, right? We have all the weapons on board the ship as well, so we train the crew with small arms and 50 cal machine guns.
Commander Jordan Klein, I'm the repair officer on board. So repair department is about 180 sailors that work in 8 divisions, or about 52 different shops, everything from structural to electronics repair, all the planning. So I'm going to take you back to the machine shop, let some of the sailors talk to you about what they do, talk to you a little bit about our capabilities so you can have an opportunity to see that. So if you'll follow me, please come this way.
This is a confined space, but we are right now going to the repair place, a main part of this particular ship, which goes ahead and tends submarines in sea and in port.
It's where we do most of our fabrication services. It's the largest space in repair department that we use to repair and make components for submarines and surface ships that we work on, sometimes even things for our own ship. So I'll first let you hear from one of our sailors who works in our structural repair division over at this table here. Please follow me.
We're currently inside the machine shop, and we are going to see something, how kind of structural repairs, which is very much necessary for a submarine, which is completely pressurized, is being done here.
How's it going, everybody? All right, so we are part of R1. We are structural fabricators, and we are piping repairs, and we also do wood fabrication, okay? So this is an example of our carpenter shop, our butter right here. And that will be it for us. Any questions?
Why do you have a trident?
What do we have, a trident? Oh, it's for our events. We have ceremonies and all that good stuff, so it's pretty cool to have it on board. Yes, sir.
For the sail shop, and specifically what we do is we do mast and antenna replacements, repairs. Here's an example of what we'd actually put on a periscope in order to hook a crane up to it and actually remove it from the ship so we can conduct repairs. And then over here, as part of motor rewind, so we don't just replace motors on board, we actually go back and we actually fix them and fabricate. So we have coils of wires, they coil up to a specific amount of turns, and then they end up getting back to this, which is the final product, back to a functional motor.
This is the part where the repair work's being done for any kind of submarine at this location, and you could see the plumbing work, the kind of like welding works, and the various kinds of electronic devices that is required. Those kind of work, the machinery parts over there, those things are being done over there. And in fact, to our right side, we can also see pressurized hulls that is white in that thing, and also we have cylinders and every other kind of machine that is required. When we check with the sailors here, they also claim they also do hull repairs. The difficulty of doing hull repairs for any kind of submarine, that depends on where the actual repair is required, because the entire submarine is a pressurized vessel, and that is why it is very difficult. At the same time, 100% it should be done. That's what you see over here. Even one of the servicemen over there is actually posing to us, even wearing USA cap. And these are the sailors who are keeping USA's submarines safe at port and at sea. You have the executive officer of USS Frank Cable, one-of-a-kind ship, and that's Michael Rodriguez. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Can you give us a small brief about what USS Frank Cable, a submarine tender, does?
Okay, our job is to rearm, resupply, and repair submarines anywhere in the world. A submarine doesn't have to go all the way back to their home port. We can bring the services to them, and that's the benefit of this ship and our sister ship, the Lifeline.
Why is a submarine tender ship required?
It is required. It extends our operations. Submarines, other than food, can really sustain all operations. However, they
Nuclear subs.
Nuclear subs. They don't need refueling. So we extend our reach by being able to repair and resupply them with goods. And if they need to rearm, we can do that as well.
Thank you so much. That was USS Frank Cable. Michael Rodriguez, the executive officer, who cleared the air about why a submarine tender ship is required and what is happening over here. This is a place where the machine work happens. This ship actually gives any kind of work that a submarine requires. And the United States of America has a huge fleet of submarines, and also along with their aircraft carriers and such. So that is why it is required. They have Ohio class, they have Los Angeles class, and this is what the ship does. There are only 2 two kinds of submarine tenders the United States has. One is USS Frank Cable, where we are currently inside, and that's what you see, the all kind of machine work and repair work that is happening at this spot currently. They also explain to us how a machinery is done over here. A specific, extremely technical work is also being done over here, along with weapon supply, adding more food and such like that. Imagine a nuclear sub, it can go along for nearly 20 years without refueling, but it has to come to the port for food supply and other kind of essentials, and that is being provided by these two submarine tender ships, USS Frank Cable and the sister ship, and they are the ones who are providing it. So we are giving you exclusive visuals of the ship inside. This is a place, it is at Chennai Port currently as we speak, and if you could walk along with us, we can also once again show the how they explain to us that these are the machinery works that you see over here. Even there are pressurized hulls at that point for extreme work that is required, and here they're showing us earlier, they also showed us what kind of plumbing work is done, electrical work is done over there, and you see it's everywhere. Or you can also see the sailors here. Everywhere you see there are kind of we call this lathe and all kind of work that is required, machinery works, special machinery works that's being done inside this particular ship. Like we said earlier, the United States has a huge fleet of submarines, and they are traveling, or they are sailing all the way around, and that is why such ships are required, and that's why this ship is being maintained in such manner. It is kind of an old ship, but they are maintaining it very clearly, saying that this ship is required, and it goes from port to port, supplying required. They will actually supply weapons, supply food, and other essentials. Also, they told us that there is a doctor's bay, a medical bay, there is also a salon, and also a postal service inside this particular ship that's also being provided inside USS Frank Cable. So this is what USS Frank Cable, a submarine tender ship, does. This is a kind of providing essentials, weapon supply and such on the sea and at the port, providing support and any kind of necessary work that is required for a submarine and its sailors. But Daniel, Pramod Madhav for India Today.